All right, what's the deal, gang? What goes on? How's everyone doing? Yeah, it's going all right. I'm barely sitting.
What's up, brother?
Hey, there he is. There he is. You a millionaire yet?
Close. 999,999.
W. He's avoiding the mill mark so he doesn't have to split the 30%. Yeah, you get one more dollar. I'm gonna have to give Wix 30.
I make one more dollar.
He's over there trying to stay under the consistency rule. Trying to stay over the consistency rule.
Taking micro losses.
just turned on the PC. Well, I just turned on the charts. I didn't get anything. All right, let's look at it. Hold on, people at the Zoom door. Gotcha. Daily, nice bearish closure back below the range. Printed bearish, weak bearish. Still moving up here on the 4. Right, a little chop. That weak bearish created a chop and we're kind of stuck. Stopped in it. Stuck. Oh, don't look at this. This was something I was planning on, and like this isn't something that was taken because I wasn't on the chart. We just called it a session and I kind of hopped up just to pay attention. Would have been a decent W. Would have been what? So 120 pips on there. A lot of potential. I've not been on the charts today at all. Today was a tough day to be on the charts. Wait, hold on, chat. All right. Sorry. A lot of people here again. I don't know what it is, but summertime brings people to the Wix 9 household, and I'm not with it. Sorry, people. This is good. This is what I wanted to see in the last hour, to come down here and close here before the stream starts, but this is perfect because the cleaner range is down here. Once you get into the smaller time frames up here, there's a bit of a chop. Look at this on the 5 today. Look at that. Like, you never really had a push, a drive here, right? After 2 p.m. Power hour, nothing. Uh-oh. Benny's getting it. Benny's getting it. Shouldn't have been him. Shouldn't have been him. I'd also be very careful of this level, right? The daily doesn't really have a top wick here. And remember, we pushed down here and we created bottom wick, yeah, range to fill, but we should fill that with momentum, right? And break through here to come down. Why would we otherwise come back up and close in range? So there's a chance this bottom wick bounces off support, comes back up. 4 hour is bearish. There's a level here to the left. So we're gonna need some closures. We're gonna need an attempt to come back up in range here. Maybe we can play a momentum play with a top wick here. But let's see. See what this does. Options with a buy limit here, 45.05. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that right now. 44.98. 4,500. So it's flat. I'm gonna keep this as a reference point. Look at that on the dot off that 4 hour. Never really got to support here. I think it does. So here's what I think might happen here. If we don't get to this area, that's a very good sign. Because if this candle's able to close right now and next one doesn't give a bottom wick, highly likely we still get here 45.05 to come up. Not doubting that it might come up and create that top wick on a daily. What I'm saying is if the next candle opens with a top wick, it's probably going to give a tap this area here and give it enough juice to come back down. Yo, what don't you like about this breakdown? It's perfect. You sparky. Someone's out there. You need a friend, bro. You need a friend. Let's see if we can get a closure. Really quick push down. I'd like to get an entrance up here. Keep a small stop. This would give us a really solid stop, maybe 20 pips. When have you ever seen that? Oh, wait. We can scratch that. The 5 just gave that to us. I didn't even notice that. I just looked at the 5. I just did exactly that on the higher time frame. I mean, on the smaller time frame. So just did exactly that. 5. Not much. Yes, comes back up. It's a 4-hour level, remember, to the left here. We could hold it and just continue on our merry way up, make that top wick on a daily, and then eventually tomorrow come back down. Howdy. Good car. This range, this is really good range to come down here. I just like the fact that we're closing below most recent. I just believe the daily's got to create this top wick. And we're at a good level to bounce back up from. Solid support. Daily close. I still like sells. Yeah, it just depends. Do we catch the momentum sells down? What are we gonna do? This hourly just opened with barely a top wick. I don't mind waiting either, right? Like if it doesn't look too clean, if I'm iffy about it, you know, not clear and obvious, then I don't mind avoiding it because there's a lot of range here tonight. It's gonna give opportunity. You might see fake outs come back above. And then 90 seconds here left in this candle. Yeah, so we're gonna put that down as a level of reference, and it tapped it. Didn't see. Not really a level that exists recently on any time frame. Problem is, you only have, like, this is small compared to what we've been seeing. We've been seeing 200-300 pip ranges. All of a sudden, there's 50 pips in here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would love for this hourly to create a top wick, attempt to come up. Right? If that fails, the rebreak of the lows would be great. This, you know, that's not a lot. That's asking for a 50 pip top wick here on the next 15. 30 seconds here. Close below. Yeah, I'm gonna be really weird. came down any further here. Quick, come down, back up. All right, break the previous hourly. We'll have a sell stop here. I mean the previous 15 current hourly. Break the high and come back down. So I broke him first. Break. We might be looking for the same position going the other way if the low breaks here after we get a bullish closure. And that way we trade, yeah, you know what? We might be looking for that. That way we're trading off the 4-hour level here. I think we'll look for that. We might avoid this sell stop. Yeah, I'm not gonna take nothing in 15. I think I would rather have this close bullish here. Fake out. We hold the 30. And then we head up for that daily top wick. Oh, it might be doing that now. Oh, psh. Like I said, this is where I would prefer probably a closure on the 15, a bullish closure, and then that break at a low here, right? Get that bottom wick here, attempt drive down, and then Rebreak of the highs. I think we got the top of the range to go here. Oh, people at the Zoom door, come in. But we'll see. That was the hourly flip. Coming up for the 4 hours. 4-hour break of the highs here. Yeah, that would be the celery play if you break the previous highs. Bouncing off the 4-hour level here. Bouncing off the daily level as well right here. That makes so much sense. Right, to come back up and create the top wick on the daily. I think, yeah, if next candle breaks the low here, we're gonna end up looking like this. Create a low for the previous candle. We break the highs. We're looking for this as partials, but we're gonna need the break of the high of the previous candle. We're gonna need to have a top wick, and we're gonna need to break the previous 15 low, as long as it closes with no bottom wick. If that's something we can pull off here, that's a position we can attempt. If this just continues pushing up here above the range, let's mark up our range. We're just gonna have to wait for that closure. Maybe a momentum play versus while we're overextended versus a closure play. Let's see. Hold on a second, chat. Up here. Perfect. Previous 30, no top wick. It just came up here. We need some closures. Oh, people at the Zoom door. Welcome. 4-hour celery play. Not yet. Didn't quite get there. Probably will. 4 minutes on the closure here. Goes to 4-hour celery. Wick. Gonna do. Yeah. I wouldn't mind the 4-hour celery. I just 15's right in the way. As soon as you break that, you got 10 pips, and then that's the extent of the range here, and you don't want to plummet back down since you've never had a closure either. Oh. Been a minute? Yes. I don't know. I haven't really noticed. Actually, yes, I have noticed. Yeah, man. I just always feel like people are here all the time. It's not gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I wanted it to close a bit lower here because I'm looking for a bottom wick entry off this level here. 45.17.3. Come on, fill the wick here. The wick is the next range. If it closes right at it here on the 5, it's going to be a little tough to do. I don't know if you guys remember, but I have nightmares about this candle. Can you give signals and light? Well, I don't. Bro, this is for educational purposes only. I'm gonna show what I'm doing behind the scenes of my position. You're gonna know when my trade is active live. I'll discuss it beforehand, what I'm looking to do, and we'll do it, and you'll see it on screen. Is that a double no wick? That's a no wick on an opening and an no wick on a closure. Once told you guys have nightmares about this candle.
That same candle caught me on the NASDAQ on Tuesday. I decided to buy some options, and I took on that red candle coming down before that big candle going up. That's exactly how it looked like on the NASDAQ. So I bought some puts, shorting to try to fill the gap that opened up on Sunday. And then Trump tweeted, and that one candle all the way up just destroyed the day for me. My first option trades of the year, fucking $0.
That's crazy.
Literally the NASDAQ dumping, and Trump tweeted, and it retraced 3 days of movement after he said, we're in talks with Iran.
I wonder if this can pump up for that quick wick to this area. Because what's the risk here? I don't mind taking that position. 10 pips, gang. Might risk 10 pips to break even. One hour. 4 hour wick here. Wow, it's flying up. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I don't know about that. We might. Over here. Oh, never mind. Cancel that. There it goes. I've been dope. What? 10 pips? 150 bucks? Hey, maybe this is the start of the ride back down, right? That would have been so dope if it got there. 10 pips to gain 10,000. Is there a difference between XCU and micro gold? Yeah, one is spot gold. The other one is futures contract. Can I take the same trades as you if I'm using? Yeah, but numbers are different. You can take the same trades, right? If the chart looks the same, or during high times of volume, during times of high volume, that would be the correct way to say that. During times of high volume, usually you'll get ranges printed very similarly. Candles will print very similarly, and you can pretty much, most of the time, take the same trade. This 4-hour low. It would be absolutely insane. We just broke all the highs. We created that daily top wick, and now it's gonna break the lows. That would be really tough. Daily would have a top wick at that point. We'd have a wick to fill. Let's see. 25 minutes here on the hourly was still above the range. So.
Eddie, what you screen recording right there, bro?
Screen recording? No. I'm making an account on Forex Factor.
Swiping right.
So I can get notified when fucking Trump talks.
Talking today? Tonight?
No, but like for example, earlier today I entered a trade, and 2 minutes earlier, there was like major news that Trump spoke, or Iran stopped message exchange with the US, and then immediately 1 minute after, insane volume. When I'm trading the NASDAQ or the ES, I gotta be aware.
All right.
I've
Being
been caught
proactive,
twice in Trump tweets.
optimizing.
Yeah, I've been caught twice in Trump tweets where it just pulls back instantly, and then later on it retraces. So before I enter, I'm just gonna get it emailed if he tweets, or if he posts anything about Iran, I'll get an email.
That previous 15 sucked. What up, Sam? Yeah. Pass it through, gang. Thoughts for my yo. Do you think, bro? Prayers for your mother. Whatever it is, I hope all is well.
Likewise, bro.
Prayers your way. Take care of yourself. Everything else. Take care of what you can. Everything else will fall into place. Yo, hold on. This would suck right now. Signal bot disappeared. I gotta re-add this. Okay. Faking out here. This is one confused 1 hour. And I like taking my wick entries with direction. You might see a very small top wick to here, depending on how this 15 closes here. Oh, you might not see it. Top wick. 30's still open. Hourly's still open. Let's see. 45.18. Maybe we can have a sell stop on a fake out here. Yeah, but into what? Right? Into this. It'd be amazing if the 4 hour could come back down. At that point, right? Grabbed all these highs. Grabbed the daily top wick. Let's fill some of this. Let's see how high this can come up here. Not enough. Back up. Continue with the daily. Yeah, gang, we're gonna wait here 12 minutes for this hourly closure. I would prefer the 30 or the hourly close here. Comments a while. I've not read any of the comments. What are the comments? Oh, not that wild. Hey, it's the first of the month. It's Monday. First day of summer, June. Yeah, barely a 30 pip range to support. The hour, like, this is terrible. Like, in a place like this, that when there's no structure, even on the higher time frame, you just kind of chopped it up, right? A lot of the nuances that we look for, they go out the window because the equation's not the same here. Like, we're not, I mean, the problem's not the same. Solving a different issue, solving a different problem. Right? You can't apply the same equation to every problem. Oh, what did I want to do? I want to... Here, I got to send it. Signals gang. These are, I'm just testing because I just set up the bot. I don't like what it's doing. There we go. It's doing points instead of pips. I say we might see a small top hook to that area and a drop down. It's not enough. Very indecisive. Below 45.10, we look money. You're not wrong. Who had buy stops here? I mean, buy limits here. It's a decent place for a buy limit. Might just end up in a bit of a range here before a final push up. Because I'm under the impression we're gonna need to come back here. Maybe here. 45.17, just the top of this range. Unless this melts. Minutes on the hourly. Really a horseshit range. The yellow line, somebody was asking about the yellow lines. Yeah, these are just areas of interest. This is where I expect the market to have a reaction, right? This is the areas beyond which we can determine that there's volume. The market's going to get to these areas. It's either going to close outside it, right? Or it's either going to have a reaction, right? And push from there, or it's going to close outside it, which gives us an indication of volume, which means, hey, not take a trade, but means, hey, lock in and start paying attention. Now there's volume. We either fake out, we continue to drive, look for the edge. Minutes on the hour. Yeah, this white line doesn't matter anymore. This was just a point of reference from that 4-hour closure, if you guys remember over here, where we could have seen a bottom out at, and we did. Now so we're getting back there. Really going to lock in on a smaller time frame closures here. After all that push, the 4-hour did not fill the wick here. Tap the previous 4-hour level there. The smaller time frame range up there. Back down. Does that mean we're gonna push down? No, not necessarily. It just decreases the probability of the push up. Is it so confusing? No. It's just every session has its own nuances, but price action is price action. You just got to be patient. Yeah, but that's like that anyway. Any session, right? Sometimes you just sit for, you sit for 3 hours and do 3 minutes of work. My patience and just waiting is 99% of what we do. Only 1% is clicking that mouse button. Perfect. Everyone did the trade yet? No, my friend. No trade yet. Let me get rid of those session trades. Not really had a trade this week. Weeks. 'Yeah, I think the last trade we had was Friday's private session. We posted a Friday power hour close out the week. What, over 50 pips there, right? That was the last trade we had. But we did stream on Friday, it just wasn't public. Private gang, the dubs. $90 seconds for this to not look like ass and feet. Well, bottom wick to 45.11 and then back up to 45.17 we go. Don't forget, this might be a mirror. Oh, wait, people at the Zoom door. My bad. But this might be a mirror of what's about to happen, right? Like, fold this over, right? Might get a little bit of, if this doesn't plummet and we hold 25 seconds, right? We might get a little bit of this movement here. Before you eventually take off. You might see something like this before that move down actually happens. The market likes to come up and down, you know, in similar fashion, tapping the same areas. Sometimes it does it at a faster pace, sometimes at a slower pace. Look at that. So no positions here. We closed respecting there, clearly respecting. Maybe the higher time frame closed below, yeah, barely. But yeah, we closed respecting that 15. We're gonna hold off here and wait for this to make a decision. The 4 hour is continuing down bearish though, for now. Haven't not broken this 4 hour level. Right, also no wick on that closure, really. This tells me not much range to go down, but damn, we came down heavy, so maybe the volume creates that new range. A lot of room to come down here to 4 hour support. Up with these non-stop FU candles, right? Said no bottom wick here, not much range to go. Maybe this creates it. This just created a range, but it's also coming back up here. Tomorrow's London session and tomorrow's New York session will be much easier because you're going to have direction established based on the few 4 hours that are about to print. W, chalk, good night. We're 1 hour into the stream. The 4 hour hasn't closed yet, right? We got another hour till the 4 hour closes. And then after that, there's just more after that. But yeah, look at this shit show. Daily candle has rebroken its own low and high multiple times already. Also, this would fall in line with our theory that it might come up the same way it came down, right? What we just drew up here. Because whenever you whipsaw, a lot of times when you whipsaw and get a closure, right, the price will stick around somewhere at the midpoint of that whipsaw before finding direction. That'll make sense here as well. Like if you were gonna say, hey, I really want to trade to, I really want to trade. Or if you were to say, where would I prefer to trade? Not where I really want to trade, but where would I prefer to trade? Here where we are right now? Would you like to trade in this range? I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna continue with my evening, right? I'm gonna be like, yeah, let me get to a computer. Let me get to a PC. Let me get to a Wi-Fi. All right, top of the range reached. You guys could relax, because like if you're looking for these heavy buys up, like you gotta be out your damn mind if you think market's just gonna go up, down like that. I don't know. So it's gonna have to find a little bit of a range. It's gonna have to find some orders. It's gonna have to trap some people. Can it? Yeah, off chance. I wouldn't bet on it. Yeah, because like the only thing that's this parabolic and then moves heavy is probably Bitcoin. Gold is parabolic and then chop. Trapped you on the buy street Tokyo. I mean, that's what it's doing right now. Why do you think we have break of highs, break of lows, break of highs? It's trapping people. It's destroying accounts right now. People are like taking that wick entry on the break and then they're going back the other way. And then they're closing their position out. They're taking the position the other direction. And then the market comes back against them and they're like, fuck, I was right in the beginning. And they take it in the other direction. And the market actually reverses on and they're like, fuck. And it's like, by the time you're out of one range, you've taken like 4 stop losses worth, or like 5 stop losses worth of separate positions. Like all in the same range. Attempt it, be done with it. Trust your initial breakdown. I just don't have a sense of direction here right now. 2 leg candles in a row. I've noticed the market will push without a bottom wick. I mean, without a wick the other way, right? When you get a second leg candle, it just kind of pushes with the second leg candle a lot. Man, that depends. Depends on how strong that candle is, right? We're likely to see the top of this range again. Good. These are some funny looking candles. Funny like how? Like funny looking. They're off locked out for some while to prevent it. Not wrong. Damn. This is wild. Yeah, this candle is more confusing than Pride Month on NBC. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. NBC is a peacock. It's not a rainbow. Please, what is your win to lose rate right now? No matter what, under any circumstances, do not look for it on the screen. Under any circumstance, make sure you do not attempt to look for the answer to that on the screen. What is it with you and Indians? I love my Indians. I love my Indians. Because it's the majority of the audience, and like when I talk to people, I tend to talk to them the way they talk to me. He's in shorts. How did you know? How did you know? Could have been in pants. Yo, look at this. What are you in shorts? No, I'm not. You would see it on the screen. If we were in a position, it would be on the screen. There would be actual money ticking up and down on the screen. But we are not in a position. We're in no position to be in a position at the moment. Market is chopping it up inside a range. We haven't had a closure outside the range. We had, but it closed with no top wick, indicating there's no more range. And then guess what? Next candle closes back in range. You're like, you know, I guess there is no range, and we gotta wait. Just because this is breaking up right now doesn't mean it's gonna push up. Hey, like chances are we end up back in this range. Why? Because we haven't had a closure yet. I see a top wick. I don't see a closure. We start breaking some highs here. We're gonna reevaluate. Chances are we end up back in it. Ah, shit. Watch it end up back in range. I'm telling you. Decision making time. Look, it's bouncing off a resistance. Now I can make it a support. Nope, back in range. We need a closure. Need a closure. Till we get some closures. Come on, push up. Get the hell out of here. Time to leave. Time to leave. Let's go. It would be healthy for us because finally we get out of this chop. The 4-hour goes along with its celery play, and the rest of the evening we could have some decent direction, right? There we go. There we go. Why don't you stream 8 a.m., bro? Because it's the last week of school right now. I want to. We'll get back to that. It's just up until Wednesday, Monday. We got 2 more days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then like I'm back to 8 a.m., 8 p.m. It's been a long, tough year. But there, I think. fucking thing closes with no top wick, I'm gonna throw Benny at the computer. I can go pick him up. You're not in school though. Yeah, I'm not. You're right. Oh, will it bounce? Man, this is tough. I don't know. I do not want to take that bottom wick entry here. It could launch. It could launch here. I don't want to take that bottom wick entry because I've seen this off these wicks. We can get all the way back down here. Maybe we get back down here and then it launches. This range sucks. Remember, sometimes it's not the same equation. I think we might get back down here and still stay in this range. Let's see. Do we flip the 30 and the hourly? Damn, that would be nasty here. That's not a bad closure, honestly. Right there. Wig. You might never see another wick here. Might not come up there for a top. Isn't it so boring to watch the market? Like, learn to love it. That's, you know, this is what we do. This is what we love doing. And love what you do. It won't be boring to you. Find purpose, right? And if you find purpose, you're going to love what you do just by the very nature of finding purpose. And that won't be a question. You won't even think about it. You boring, this boring. Yeah, some days are boring, but it all comes along with the territory, and I enjoy all parts of this. And not all of this should be exciting. Some of it should be boring, you know, to not make you feel like it's a casino, or to keep you, you know, for a lot of people, they just need a cool, calm, collected head. Your Ninja looking a lot. This isn't Ninja Trader. This is Trading View, and I'm just logged in on Trading View to the Ninja Trader account. Breathful evening, looking for buys. Bro, I saw that video you did with this, like, the smells. Smells matter for your, like, right? For you, certain smells just matter for your IQ or for your, I guess, peak productivity. I was watching that. It was pretty dope. I follow the Black Airbender. So got a lot of dope videos. Go follow the Black Airbender. IG. You function more optimally. Contracts usually on that, depending on the trade. Really, it's really trade dependent. Any trades today? No. No trades. Looking like we're waiting on a 4-hour close. Are we? I don't know. Last time we were waiting on a 4-hour close, we got it like 15 minutes before the 4-hour close, but it has not given a sense of direction. Maybe it breaks the highs and pushes, but right now we're back in range. The 30 is looking like it might close within range. We got 10 minutes to go, right? A third of this candle is still open. The previous 30s closed bearish back in range, and we closed no bottom wick. We made that bottom wick right back here. So, but we've tapped the 30 resistance. The market has not given a sense of direction. Every time frame is telling a different story. Actually, they're all telling the same story. We are chopped and screwed at the moment. Like that's the few times where you stay out, where the market, where all the time frames are telling you to stay out, or where all the time frames are telling you different things. So you got to stay out. When all the time frames line and tell you the same thing, like sells or buys, get in. You know, the market's telling you to find Jesus. Oh, we're skinny tonight.
Thank you, Kenny. Bastards.
Sent my daughter to the arcade, gave her my card. Not gonna lie, a little bit paranoid right now. Watch me end up being down 30% on the night, and I never even take a trade. Like that, I bought this and that and that and that. Like, that's cool. No, she's like, I bought it for everybody. You know, you did what? You better get me a plushie. Damn, son. Find this one. 7 minutes on the 30. The 4-hour. Yeah. Nowhere. Spoke about this, right? We whipsawed. That's to find some middle ground here. A lot of times when it whipsaws, you can almost bend this in half if this was on paper, right? Fold this area in half. Look for something very similar to play out on the right side of the whipsaw before it pushes. No edge there just yet. I mean, it doesn't matter in terms of your position, but it does matter in terms of, I guess, risk management and understanding that's what it might do before, if you're trying to get ahead of the trade. But you still got to wait for your closure. You know what I haven't done today? I have not stepped away from the charts here. And maybe that's what we need. We need a catalyst to move the charts, the market. Let's see what we can do here. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes. If anything, you guys can ask Eddie any question you want. He's taught everybody here everything he knows. He loves questions.
Ask me anything, I have just one answer. I'm just kidding. Anything? Yo, that plasma tech stuff looks dope, bro. What the hell? Check this out, gang. We got a Pikachu. All right, take this blur off. I might send it in to get graded. If it's a PSA 10, it's worth $500. That's wild.
I'll see it when I come back, so.
What's up, Jay?
Hey, Wix, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, we hit BE here on the sell limit here on the live account. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh. Good night. Love you. You're here at the perfect time. Yeah, the reason I'm not retaking this is we flipped here. Like, yeah, come here. Sorry. Love you.
You're ending?
I'm not ending just yet.
I need to go to bed.
So go. Love you. I'll come back to you. Bye. What? Yes. Get it first tomorrow. So here's the deal. In the signal channel, we actually got in there on the 15 right here. It came down to the flip and then it came back up. It took us out. So I'm not gonna reattempt that same trade. It might come back down here. I'm just not gonna reattempt it. I wanted that initial reaction as it came down here. That might push us back up, right? I don't know if we're at a support area. So yeah, just, I guess a free attempt there, but a BE sells. A limit is when the market's moving against you and you get activated, not for you, right? So you set that above price. If you want to sell, usually a stop will be below price, right? Sell stop, price moves in your direction, it activates you. A limit is you're expecting price to go in the opposite direction from that point. That's why I put it up here. It didn't quite get there. Actually got there now, I think. No, it didn't get there. Yeah, 19.6, I think 19.4 is where it got. But I gave it a chance. What am I trading? This is gold futures. It's a gold futures contract, the current gold futures contract. Chart should look very similar. Spot gold. All right, we're 25 minutes away from the hourly closure. We don't have a bottom wick here, but that's also a 4-hour closure. And I think we come down for that bottom wick. Unfortunately, it took us out before it did. Yeah, we got it there. Get back up. We got 25 minutes to the 4-hour. I'm most likely gonna wait on the 4-hour close, see if it gives a sense of direction. If it stays in the chop, I'll probably call it a session and wait for probably call it a session. Man, this looks good to come back down here. And wait for it to really push for the 4 hours. Sorry, mid-seconds. But you do not want to be here on the break of the lows. You saw what just happened. Break of the lows and back up. You want to really get ahead of this candle off that top wick, and that gave us a really good advantage point. Kind of sucks is it decided to range heavy here because we had a really clean range up and down. Down. Yeah, I was muted for that, huh? These candles are nasty. That's nasty. I don't know how many accounts have been destroyed in the last hour and a half. I don't know. A lot. How many accounts destroyed? A lot. This scandal is nasty. Yeah, we were so right about this stop. Wait, why did it come back? That's pretty nasty. Your face New York session. Yeah, I'm planning on, like I said, last week of school. Let me finish up this week of school. If I free up early enough, I haven't been able to catch New York session last week. As long as I free up early enough, yeah. Does this mean we'll push down? Not necessarily. Might find support here and push right back up. Who knows? I mean, we had a really good setup here off the top wick. That was clear what it was going to do here for this chop. I just did not expect it to re-break the high, right? Usually if it's re-breaking that high, it's going to create a steeper top wick with a chance to continue up here, right? Re-break the 4 hour, but yeah, I'm just not willing to let it do that. That's why I gave it a chance to flip and push down. Sometime we'll see that. We've seen that a few times, quite a few times. Right? We get that flip, but it's just not enough. There's a lot more there that we could take. Right? And it comes back up, taps us, and then comes back down. All right, it's the nature of taking our positions with minimal risk. So, well, yeah, I do like that drive back in range on the re-break of the lows, but I feel like on the re-break of the lows is just me settling for the position that I know I should have had up here, and it's another 40 pips, right? If we get it from there, that's our night. 80, 100 pips there. But we're back in the range. Job. Really said this here. We're back in range? Fuck off. Say it ain't so. No effing way. Bottom wick here. Yeah, we're gonna be waiting on a 4-hour closure here regardless of what happens. 4-hour closure. 14 minutes here left on this 4-hour. This wants to come up, it wants to come down, and I'm gonna let gold do its thing, boo. You know, I gotta run to the bathroom. Be right back. Damn, I left Eddie alone once. He's like, boy, ran away. Who else is here? Kenny. All right, hold on. Be right back. Such a good top wick sell here. this like candle getting filled here. Yeah. No, our idea was perfect here off that top wick. I think one of the very first times I took this on stream that happened. Remember, took it right off the tip there on the 1 minute off the 5. It tapped, and oh, look at that! It just came down, tapped our level. Maybe it pulls back, maybe it doesn't, maybe it breaks through it. I just don't like it with 10 minutes to go in the 4 hour. Hopefully the 4 hour pulls back here a bit. Could break through. I don't like taking these positions with a few minutes to go in the 4 hour. Oh, no, not much of a top wick there either. Hmm. Seven minutes here on the 4 hour. this is how we close. I will have a buy limit right here and have previous candle stops. So it will look something like this. As long as we open with a bottom wick first. I expect the next 4 hour to have a top wick before any kind of drive or 4 hour level of support here. If we open up with a bottom wick, I'm gonna for a bottom wick entry there. One minute here. Thirty seconds. Okay, get rid of this. We're getting a top wick first. Sell. Limit. Goes below here. Yep. Oh, give me 15. Limit, sell. There we go. We're activated. I don't know what this buy stop is. 15. Oh. Keep it above the 4-hour level. Expect us to make a bottom wick here. Stops to break even here, gang. We saw 40 pips. I'm not looking to re-break the high there. Wait, why can't I move this? Hello? Why are we frozen? This thing is frozen again. There we go. This one stops to break even. I really don't want it to re-break on that. Give it a chance. You know what? I don't think that's enough of a chance. Let's move this back up to the 4-hour. Let's see if we can push up here. I mean, I don't mind the stop here. It's very, very good risk. I think we get our partials here. Gotta give it a chance here on the new 4-hour. Based on the fact that it's a 4-hour candle. Stop 45. Boom, partial secured at 55 pips, stops to break even. We got a runner here. Let's see if we can fill the rest of the range. Let's get rid of this. 55 pips in the bag. Buy stop. Hold on, let me set buy stop 5. Because I don't want to re-break highs here, right? So, boom, buy stop. So stops to break even. And now if it wants to run, it'll push down and we'll get our TP. Okay, I got at 101 pip. I'm gonna close another 20% and leave 10% running. Okay, right now we're up 72. Let's see a break. We got the top of the wick, right? Over here, I'm gonna call it. Maybe let's go secure 3 limit right here. $4,500 flat. All right, let's see. That low. That's the only low we got to break. There's a wick to the left here that we're struggling with. We got the peak of the wick entry. We should not come back there. Can we mark it? Can we mark it by like 70, 80? I do not want it to re-break high. We didn't reach the 4-hour top, right? We reached only the previous hourly top, but I think we can push it. We have a wick to fill. There's room. It's house money at this point, really. Honestly, shouldn't matter. That wick again. Another attempt. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. 25. Re-break the low, goddammit. We're so close. We're at 70 pips. 74, 75. I want 100. Give me 100 because this is 100 pips here. On the live account, the entry is 45.10 flat. So we're running at 70 pips in profit right now, 75. There's a wick here to the left if you look, but it's a smaller time from where here that we're bumping into. This is what we're bumping into right here. This is what I keep talking about. We got to get past this wick. I would love to, but man, might be the catalyst. 4-hour closed bearish, you know what I mean? Like, do we not make a bottom wick on the 4-hour? But a W, big dubs. 55 secured here with the majority of the position, right? 70% secured at 55 pips. Rebreak at the lows will give us another 20% secured at 100 pips. There's no risk on the table. We have an amazing entry at the top of the wick here. A rebreak of that will bring this wick higher. So, I mean, give it to us. I mean, we waited for this all evening, right? We were patient. We waited for this position. We could have had the better entry over there, all the way at the top there, for the top wick, right? We did. We just fucker kind of came back on us. Yeah, congratulations to the Signal channel. Everybody that got their accounts today and running them up right now. I want this shit to hit already, right? Give me some dubs. Give me some dubs. Well, we got a W. All we need now is...
We got a runner!
Yeah, we got a runner. We need the runner to go. This is exactly where we secured partials. That's why I'm not securing any more here. I want my runner to pay me just as much as the partial position. So the extent would be here, right? We'll probably run to the bottom here. No, it would be like 2. Limit 5. 2. Right here. We might not get there. That might have topped out the candle. I mean, bottomed out the candle. Come on, 4-hour. Never had a payout from giveaway account. First giveaway account. Bro, fucking go. I mean, we literally could not have asked for a better entry. I mean, we could have had one better one by 6 pips. That would have been the peak. Right? Not here on the fun on the live. We got 45.10 flat. Are you still offering the account with the bundle? No, but I might run. It ended yesterday, but I might run that promo again. One of the summer months. Not June. Maybe possibly July or August. Might run that promo again. But I gotta. It's not even the point. The point is not that account, right? The point is the value. Signals. These positions that we take all the time, not just on stream. Right, not every single one of these is on stream. A lot of these are off stream. Stops to be house money here, gang. We've collected 55 pips. I understand though, the 4-hour top wick could be all the way up here. Right, we can get to 45.17. Hope not. Let's hope not right now. Let's hope this needs more of a bottom wick on the 4-hour to get there. But W's.
I feel good.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, the mechanic's in the building. I didn't even notice it. Notice you were here. How long you been here? Because I'm paying attention to the charts here and what's going on. Yeah. I wouldn't wait just when I do the promo with the accounts. Just get it or run up your own account. For now, you're just missing value. Point was to get you in there so you could see the value and not leave. If you're already here, but no. Might re-break our high. You might re-break it, grab a steeper top wick, like I said, and then come down. But the advantage point here was that flippity pippity. No need to go there, gold. No need to go there. You can just come right back down. Be yourself, gold. Yeah, there we go. Took us out. All right, so great job, everybody. 55 pips. Let's add that to the win column here. 678 wins. Live on stream. You saw the concepts at play. Oh, we had a break even here today on stream. I'm sorry. Let's add that. 204. Right? Sells BE. we sniped the shit out of that, huh? No drawdown. We saw no drawdown. My favorite type of trades, right? But we waited and waited, and it could have been buys up there, could have been sells up down here. Like, right, we waited and we finally got that closure. Looked like a 4-hour position. It gave us that advantage point of the way it closed, range to go, the way it opened up. Like I said, if you want to be a part of these positions when we take them outside of stream, like right now, we'll probably call it a stream and still. Oh, wait. That I have, but we'll probably take more positions outside of stream, and if you're not in there, you're gonna miss it. So get the bundle. Now, gang, as always, I'm gonna need some help. Please drop a like and sub to the channel. Please, it's the least you can do. The Wix 9 stimmies are on their way. I say this all the time. They're in the mail. Your Wix 9 stimulus checks have just been printed. Now, please, the least you can do is drop a like and sub to the channel. And I'm gonna need your help here, gang. Just spam some dubs in a sec. Let me do that. You guys help me out. Alright, where's my phone? Boom. Alright, gang. I need go hell. Tell you when. All right. Gang, spam the shit out of the W button, please. Spam some dubs. Fucking go. Yeah, thank you. Spam the dubs, spam the dubs. More than just the mods. Come on, gang. Get a fat win. Let's go. The mods overtaking this. All right, thank you, gang. I appreciate it. Hey, well, now the dubs come in. Now they all come in. This is what I wanted to see. Too late. I'm done filming. But thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support, and appreciate you guys as always. I say this all the time, for showing up day in, day out, night in, night out, and some people year in, year out. You got fast fingers. What can I say? Hey, yo, bro. How do you do that, bro? How come? How do you guys do that? Where you can, when I hover over your name, something else comes up, but like it says something, then I hover over it, something. What the fuck are you guys doing that? Crazy, man, crazy. How important is time frame line? Extremely important. Especially as a newer trader, you really want your time frames to fall in line because you don't have as much experience, right, or knowledge that's guided by experience to let you know in which situations it has less meaning versus the situations where it has more meaning. So, right, you have not had that experience. It takes a while. So until then, I would say make sure your time frames are in the same direction. It's a great rule of thumb for any starting trader, just to get used to seeing the charts and get used to seeing structure. And eventually you'll realize where in that structure you can take advantage of the market going the other way. Will you come to YouTube for New York? I'm gonna try my best. I don't promise, I don't guarantee it, but I will try my best. If you don't see this stream come up by 8:30, if it's not there by 8:30, if I haven't posted by 30, yeah, I won't show up. I'll be trading in the Signal channel. I do trade in the Signal channel every morning regardless. This morning was just different, but 99% of all mornings I'm trading. It's usually on stream, but if it's not on stream, it's definitely in the Signal channel. Okay, but yeah, great job tonight, everybody. We waited, we stayed patient, and that's why we do it, right? That's why we stay patient, so we can get our W's, fill our pockets, and go on about our Yeah, I appreciate you guys showing up. I'm gonna call it a session here. Thanks to everybody that came through. Thanks to Eddie for hopping in here and talking some smack, I guess. Thanks for, oh, he forgot to share his Pokemon with me. I want to see your Pikachu, bro. Hey, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a session here. I'll take this into the signal channel, into the bundle, into the private community, and probably trade in
Thank you,
there if I
Wix.
see something else set up. Absolutely, I got you, Hector. Thank you guys for coming through. Zoom gang, I'll see you guys in the clubhouse. See the rest of you clubhouse members in the bundle. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Chat, love and wisdom to you all.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yes, we are. All right, chat, you already know the deal. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good evening, everybody. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Midweek. I don't want to see anyone in there. Monday, Friday mode. We got June underway with a W. Let's keep it going that way. See you guys tomorrow. Later. Oh no, not this track. I got you. Way better track to send us off. Good night, everybody.